Okay, guys, we're going to read chapter 9 now. If you remember, back in chapter 8, we saw that the guys are finished training and they're getting ready to have some time off and get ready to go to Vietnam now to be shipped out. So they were kind of saying goodbye to each other. So we're going to look at chapter 9 and see what happens. Before we get started, I was going to show you a couple things, but let's just read the chapter first and then we'll go back and look. The next day, Rick hugged Cracker so hard it scared her. It was sudden, the hugging. At first, he just petted her, giving her a hot dog. She remembered Willie's last hug, and she whined. "Don't worry," he said. "It's just to leave, before we get sent to Vietnam. They'll take good care of you, I promise. If they don't, I'll kill them." Then the next day, he didn't show up at all. She tried not to get too upset. It was just one day, and someone came to feed her and water her. But she got the sense that Rick was far away. She stuck her nose against the fence, and Tristy pushed her nose against hers. Tristy was worried too. None of the guys had come by today. She couldn't imagine that Rick had left her, but yesterday there had been a lot of anxiety with the guys and with the dogs. Something was up, but what? Why all the hugging? One guy even cried. Rick had said, "Last hot dog for a while." And she knew hot dog, of course, but what did the rest mean? Then all week, winding up and down the row, she and Tristy slept next to each other, pushed together against the chain link on their wooden platforms. Week after week, another guy would walk her, but he walked some of the other dogs too. He wasn't her guy. One night, she emitted a high hum that she'd never heard from herself before. Not a whine exactly and not a cry, just a high, sad hum. Tristy joined her, and pretty soon the whole row of dogs followed. A couple of humans even stopped by to listen. One said, "Did you ever hear anything like that before?" The other replied, "That's the life of a dog, man. You need your human." Rick's house was old but real nice. Big yard, big rooms. He spent most of his time in the shop, in the garage, making a doghouse. Actually, for a family down the street. He'd never made a doghouse before. He'd always figured dogs could sleep anywhere. But now, he not only built the house, but attached a plywood porch with a roof for the dog to lie under during the summer. His bedroom hadn't changed a bit, but he didn't feel at home there. It was like something was missing. He found himself lying in bed thinking about Cracker. Man, he was getting weird. He wondered how much weirder he might get in Vietnam. He'd heard that some of the guys who went there, not just the handlers, got old fast. Even his mother made some remark at breakfast. "You've changed." "What do you mean I've changed?" "You've lost weight," his father said, forking at a pancake. "I'm in the army, man." "And you're ruder," snapped his grandmother. Rick didn't answer. He never talked back to his grandparents. Manning, Wisconsin. Solid middle-class town, hardworking people, good manners, lots of Scandinavian blood in his area. But he already felt like he didn't fit in with the guys his age around him. They seemed like kids, hanging out at fast food restaurants, talking about school and girls. A year ago, he had been a kid. His grandparents acted like he still was a kid. But before he left, he cleaned his room real well. He wanted everything in order for whatever. There was another party for him, some of the old-timers playing saws like violins again. As he watched his parents dance to a slow song and the old men playing their saws and his school friends talking, he already felt separated from everyone. Then someone put on a fast record, and he had to laugh at the sight of his parents trying to dance like his friends. Pretty embarrassing. After the party, his father watched the late news. Vietnam this and Vietnam that. He helped around the house and the store, took out the garbage, stocked T-squares and metal cutters, the usual. But it was just play acting. The real stuff, that was coming. That was coming.